What will you leave behind? It's a question that haunts us in the quiet hours of the night. A deep, primal human yearning to matter, to carve our initials into the trunk of eternity. We dream of leaving a legacy, an echo of our existence that will reverberate in the halls of history long after we're gone. We want our names spoken with reverence, our accomplishments studied, our lives remembered as a story worth telling. This desire is the engine of civilization. It builds empires, creates breathtaking art, and pushes the boundaries of human knowledge. It is the silent promise whispered to us from the monuments of the past. You, too, can be immortal. But alongside this bright ambition walks a cold, silent shadow, the fear of oblivion, the terror that, despite all our efforts, all our struggles, all our triumphs, we will simply vanish, that our lives will be like a single grain of sand on an infinite beach, indistinguishable and ultimately washed away by the tide of time, leaving no trace. This fear drives us to work harder, to climb higher, to shout our names ever louder, hoping someone, somewhere, will hear. We build our own monuments, a successful career, a perfect family, a curated social media profile, all in a desperate attempt to prove that we were here. In the heart of New York City, there stands one of the world's greatest monuments to this very human dream, a palace of knowledge built to withstand the erosion of time, a fortress against forgetfulness. It is a testament to the power of memory, its walls inscribed with the names of titans who believed their legacy was secure. But what if this very fortress holds a secret? What if, etched into its foundation, there is a quiet, paradoxical truth that challenges our entire conception of immortality? A truth so powerful it could either shatter our deepest ambitions or set us completely free. Let's take a walk together and find out. On memory, everything is for a day, both the one who remembers and the one who is remembered. Marcus Aurelius. Imagine you're walking along 41st Street in Manhattan. The air is crisp, filled with the city's electric hum. You're heading towards the magnificent New York Public Library, a marble palace of knowledge guarded by its two Stoic stone lions, patience and fortitude. This path is called Library Way, and embedded in the pavement beneath your feet are a series of bronze plaques, each bearing a quote from one of the greatest writers in history. This entire place is a declaration of war against time, a testament to the enduring power of human thought and achievement. The library itself was designed by the firm Carrere and Hastings, led by John Carrere, one of the most brilliant architects of his era. He was a master who conjured a marble dream from the city's grit. The library's collection was formed by merging the treasures of titans, men whose names are carved into the stone facade in a desperate plea for permanence. There's Samuel Tilden, a political giant who nearly became president. There's John Jacob Astor, a millionaire whose wealth was so vast it seemed as permanent as the bedrock of Manhattan itself. There's James Lennox, a passionate bibliophile whose collection formed a cornerstone of this institution. When the library opened its doors, the ceremony was a grand affair. In attendance were the most powerful men in the nation: President William Howard Taft, New York Governor John Dix, and New York City Mayor William Gaynor. Today, the naming rights on the main building belong to billionaire businessman Stephen Schwarzman. The very plaques you are walking over were designed by the superb sculptor Greg Lefebvre. And then you stop. You see a name you recognize, that of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. You read his words, a quiet piece of bronze shrapnel lodged in the heart of this monument to permanence. And the quote hits you with the force of a revelation. Everything is for a day, both the one who remembers and the one who is remembered. Suddenly, the other names on the street, the names on the building, begin to blur. Carrere, Hastings, Tilden, Lennox, Dix, Gaynor. How many of them have you even heard of? These were the giants of their time, masters of their universe, some of them fabulously wealthy and famous. Yet today, they are little more than inscriptions, ghosts haunting their own monument. Even on Library Way, a path dedicated to immortalizing authors, many of the celebrated names are unknown to the modern reader. They are long gone, and so are the people who knew them, who loved them, who remembered their faces and the sound of their laughter. This is the profound, humbling, and ultimately liberating truth the Stoics want us to understand. We all live for but a day. Every one of us is an ephemeral being, a brief flicker in the vast darkness of time. That includes Marcus Aurelius himself, whose plaque is passed by thousands of pedestrians every day who have no idea who he was or what he stood for. He too is just another grain of sand. And so are you, and so am I. This realization is not meant to be a cause for despair. It is not a call to nihilism or apathy. It is the exact opposite. It is a call to freedom. If legacy is a phantom, if the applause of future generations is a ghost story, then we are finally free from the crushing weight of their expectations. We are liberated from the need to build a monument and are instead given the permission to build a life. We can stop performing for an audience that doesn't exist and start living authentically in the only moment we ever truly have. Right now. The great irony of the human condition is that the more desperately we chase permanence, the more we suffer in the present. We sacrifice our peace, our relationships, and our joy on the altar of a future legacy that is never guaranteed and that we will never witness. We live as if we are writing our own eulogy, carefully crafting a story for others to read, and in doing so, we forget to actually live the story itself. The names carved on the library walls are a testament to this tragic paradox. They were men who achieved what so many of us dream of: wealth, power, and a name etched in stone. And yet, oblivion has claimed them all the same. So what, then, is the answer? If building monuments is a fool's errand, what should we build instead? The Stoic answer is simple yet profound. Build a good character. Build a life of virtue. Your true legacy is not your name, but the impact of your actions, rippling out in the present moment. It is the kindness you show to a stranger, the integrity you maintain when no one is watching, the support you give to a friend in need, the wisdom you share with your children. These are the things that have true permanence, not because they attach to your name, but because they become part of the fabric of humanity itself. You may be forgotten, but the good you do is woven into the world forever. Marcus Aurelius's quote, embedded in the heart of that monument to memory, is not a statement of despair. It is the ultimate call to action. Everything is for a day. This is not a tragedy. It is a gift. It means this day, right now, is all that matters. This conversation, this task, this sunset, this meal, this is life. It is not a rehearsal for something greater. It is the great thing. Stop trying to build a sandcastle that will outlast the tide. Embrace the exhilarating freedom of being a wave in the ocean of existence, powerful, present, and part of something infinitely larger than yourself. Make this day count. That is the only immortality that has ever truly mattered. If you are ready to stop chasing shadows and start living a life of substance and presence, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. A sincere thank you to our partners, whose support makes this exploration possible. By checking out their offerings, you help our community thrive. Let's learn to make this one day matter together.